Hello friends, welcome to another junk journal with me for the Reset Girl. This is the Maggie Holmes Flourish paper, ticket paper, and I'm showing you that I've zigzag stitched on an off-white miniature pom-pom trim. That is a Reset Girl You Are Here heart and a tag from the You Are Here collection. Or no, that's from the Wanna Craft. This is a Maggie Holmes Carousel card pocket from the Carousel collection, and it has a clear acetate front, so I'm going to use it to hold my photo on this tag. The tag was created with a Vicky Bouton color kaleidoscope paper. So you can see I'm just adding lots of off-white because you'll notice if you get to the end there's going to be lots of off-white neutral on the left hand side. I'm starting on the right hand side because I definitely know that I want to add the photo on this large tag and journal on this large tag. So then I get the idea that I want to create a seam binding tulle and baker's twine tie for the tag, the top of this tag. That way you'll be able to pull it out of the little card pocket there and read the journaling. So it'll add an interactive element to this junk journal page. I really like the ticket paper from the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection that's in the background because it has all the colors that coordinate with the You Are Here collection from the Reset Girl. So the You Are Here collection, I'll link below. That is the July kit that I'm still working with here in my junk journal. And I'm like, hold a second, I've got some seam binding I need to go get. I hand dyed some seam binding. I just buy white seam binding in bulk and then I can hand dye it to match. So I have a little bag here that I store on my junk journal cart, and so I'm deciding, do I want to just tie it in a bow and add it to the top of this tag, and I don't really like the way that looks, so I'm just going to feed it through the tag hole here with my scissors, if I can. And then once I feed it through, I can cut it off so that it's even with the other pieces that I have in there already. And even though I didn't, usually I'll iron this, but I kind of like the crinkly look of the seam binding when I didn't iron it. I do have a little Pebbles mini iron that you can use right at your desk. So I like to use that if I need to flatten anything and I don't want to run upstairs to get the real iron. Or I do have the mink machine, I forgot about that. So I just tied those in kind of a knot. I'm trying to decide whether I want to create a bow, but I just think it's too bulky because there's so many layers. So I'll go ahead and tie the bow, and then I'm like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. So I'll just leave them like this for now and decide where I can journal and how high I want that tag sticking out of that pocket, just so that you know that you can pull that out of there. So you can see that metal kind of banner that I created with the crepe paper, and I'm still trying to figure out, do I really like how this looks? So I'm gonna fiddle around with that and try and tie just the seam binding. And I mean, I guess that could have been okay, but I'm still not liking it. So I'm going to try 2 bows. It's like a trial and error today. So I'm going to try 2 bows, and that obviously doesn't look good. So we're going to not do that. We're going to undo that. The photo is of my desk. I cleaned up my craft room, and I'm going to journal about how I cleaned up my craft room on June 1st to get ready for the Reset Girls Camp Wanna Craft launch. And everything launched, for week 1 launched on June 1st. So I just want to kind of commemorate everything that I did on June 1st. So my first junk journal with me, that was a couple weeks ago. It's a previous YouTube video if you want to look for that. I uploaded that one, and that was the left-hand page that's not in the shot yet. So I'm going to have 2x2 pockets from Simple Stories, and those are going to go in between the left-hand page and the right page that I'm working on now. So I'll just trim this baker's twine even with the seam binding and the tulle, and I like that better. It kind of sticks up straighter out of the top of the tag, and then that'll be easier to pull this out of the pocket. So I'm just tightening it up a little bit, and you'll see as we go what I'm talking about when I'm mentioning that left-hand page. So The previous page is from the first YouTube video that I did for the first junk journal with me. And so I just want to make sure that I'm getting this photo where it's going to show through the window properly. Like, I don't want to cut off too much of it, and I want to leave enough room to journal at the bottom there. So I like using this lined paper to create the tags, because then I already have a spot to journal there. So I'm going to put it back in the pocket and make sure that I know where I want that photo. I didn't want the top of the tag showing, so I wanted the photo to line up with the top of the pocket there. So I'll put everything back on and see if I like it. I just took a little bit more time, was a little more relaxed with this one since I wasn't quite sure. I knew I wanted this right hand side page to look like this, but I just wanted to take my time and make sure that everything was going as planned. So I'm going to move that background page off to the right here, and I'm going to line this up so that I can try to get my photo on the tag straight. So my little trick is to line it up on the grid and then hold the left side of the photo with my left hand and just lift up part of it. That way, because if I don't, it just kind of moves out of the way and it goes on crooked. So that was my solution to try to make it go on straight. So now that I have the photo on, I can go ahead and journal at the bottom. I'm going to use an American Crafts light, it's like a light aqua pen. This is a permanent waterproof, bleed-proof ink pen. It's a pigment ink, so it's a great choice. And I can't get it, it's not writing, so I'm going to go off screen here and write on a scratch piece of paper. And usually that'll get it going. So I'll journal about how I cleaned up my craft room, like I said, and I also ordered that little mug that's in the shot on my desk is from the Reset Girl. She has some really cute physical merchandise in her shop, and so I ordered that for the start of camp so that I could have all my go-to pins in that mug on my desk. I just wanted to make sure that I had stuff at the ready. I probably should have filmed a video of that, but I also got one of those carts from Michael's, and I set up some doilies or alterables on it, and so I'll probably film a little video of that as well to place on YouTube. So I got everything set up in my room so that I'll be ready to start classes and start camp, because I can't wait to watch all the lessons and videos that are included. I think there was over 30 classes and 25 lives, and there's just so much going on that there's something for everyone. So I'm just journaling about how fun that's going to be, and that I can't wait to get started, and how to have a clean space and a little decorated space. Here's the Studio Calico Mega date stamp, and I'm just seeing if this is going to fit up there. I don't want to stamp it and then half of it's off the tag. I'm using that foam pad is a stamping mat that I got with a set of stamps. It's like really old, I'm not sure. You could also use a mouse pad. So I just added my chalk ink to the Mega Date stamp, and I'm stamping it there. I just wanted the June 1st. I don't need the 2019 because we know it's 2019. So I'm going to let that chalk ink dry a little bit. I'll set it to the side and put everything back, and then I can start working on the left-hand page. That's going to be the 2x2 pockets. I'm not sure if I want to cover up that whole entire tag that says craft supplies, but I really like that heart-shaped map paper. So here's the 2x2 pockets that's going to go on the left. I'm going to scoot this over and work with the pockets now. That's the front side, and this is the back side. That top left pencil photo, that is from the Reset Girl, and this top right I stitched with pink ombre thread, and the different little punchables and cutouts are from the Reset Girl You Are Here collection. I added a heart, and this mug is from the You Are Here collection, and so I stitched that one with a zigzag pink ombre thread as well. I can go ahead and put that in the pocket now that I know this is where I want it. So I like how that looks with some stitching and different layers on the things that are going in the pocket. I also like to adhere some stuff outside the pocket, like I told you guys in video 1, and I just like that because it adds some texture. So this is the Camp Wanna Craft printable, that pink square with the girl's face on it. And so I'm just trying to get my photo even with that. I'm trying to move it around and make sure I have both of those even. And this is a photo of the Happy Planner that my daughter and I got, and I added a ticket from the Maggie Holmes Flourish to the bottom of that photo, and a wood grain is going to show on this side. That's also from the back of this ticket paper from Maggie Holmes Flourish. So I'm deciding, do I want to create a little fold down tag? So these are the bonus files from the Camp Wanna Craft. So I'm just going to trim that off because I realized that this is the back of the pocket, so it's probably not going to work to have the flip down. I could just put it in the top if it was the front of the pocket, but where you place your photos on the other side. So now I'm going to, now that I think that that stamping has dried, I'm going to slide that in the card pocket from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection. And I like how that looks. I'm just trying to get it to go down all the way. Now you can see the journaling in the photo and a little tiny bit of the date. So I'll pile everything back on there. Thank you so much for joining me for Junk Journal video with me number 2. And here are the final shots. I have the left side that's finished, and that's from Junk Journal video with me video 1. And this is the right side that we just completed in this video. Thank you so much for joining me, friends, and have fun crafting. Bye!